Thank you so much for doing this interview with me. How does it feel being here in Toronto? SummerSlam, as we speak, just a couple of days away. It's the biggest event of the summer. How does it feel being here and being part of something like this?
That feels pretty cool. I'm excited that it's in Canada, in Toronto. It's obviously, we've got a wild, passionate fan base across the world, but Canada, is well known for their wrestling history. And the fans are, very knowledgeable. I've been talking with a few of them. It's exciting to see how fired they up to have SummerSlam here. So that's pretty cool. But for me personally, I need to figure out a way to get on SummerSlam because currently I don't have a match.
But you can make a match yourself. You are one of those guys that can do anything and everything. I was just hearing my good friend, he was talking to you, that you are definitely the prototype of what a all-around wrestler is in size, strength, speed. And, I remember back in the day when I was younger, I used to read Pro Wrestling Illustrated when they used to do the, awards of the year. One of them was Most Improved Wrestler. I would give that to you, my friend, from the first run that you had in the WWE, leaving, going to TNA, and then coming back, it's like night and day. Like you're a beast these days.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And a lot of that comes down to hard work. I guess, the first time in my first run, I was signed straight from university. I was 21 years old. I talk about a lot about some of the other superstars around here. I got a little complacent. I forgot, the opportunity that I had, and this was always my dream, and I wasn't giving it my all. And when I was released / fired from the company, I sat down and told myself, all right, put up or shut up time. Are you going to give it your all in the ring and out the ring? And I said, yes, I'm going to apply every lesson I learned in WWE, and I did. And as I noticed my body changing and my in-ring work improving, my microphone skills improving, I noticed people paying attention. I was like, all right, this is what happens when you actually give it your all. And returning now to WWE, I have only one goal in mind, and that's to be the best and number one. Not number two, not number three, number one.
Definitely doing that. I mean, you've already been a tag team champion, but these days you've sort of been helping out Shane McMahon, though. When do you think there's going to be a time where you put that aside? Because you, without a world championship, it doesn't make any sense. I would have thought you would have had that belt at least a year ago because you're primed and ready for it.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate everyone out there that says that. I see it in social media, I hear it from a lot of interviews and a lot of fans, so I do appreciate everybody saying that. It means I'm on the right track. But the way I look at it is I'm not in a rush. When I was younger, I was always trying to race to the finish line. I can't control the creative and the current plans, etc. But I can control my attitude and how hard I work. And the way I look at it is big picture. It's 52 weeks a year. I've been on Raw and SmackDown the past 3 months. I've been on TV a lot. So, we've got a very knowledgeable fan base, which are, I guess, the smaller portion of the audience, but they really know the product, and that's why I appreciate everything they say about me. But that big portion, the casual fans that aren't necessarily watching all the time, that's the ones I've got to educate who I am these days. All they know is who they've seen now, not my history. And the more time I get to build that character, the more time I'm by someone like Shane McMahon's side, who they recognize, let's learn about this guy. I'm slowly building that equity. And over time, when I finally get that championship opportunity, everybody knows what I'm all about, rather than just, the smart fans.
Me personally, the match I would love to see, you and Randy Orton. I think that one would be, as they said back in the day, the barn burner. Do you think there's ever going to be a chance on that? Because you guys are so equal in so many ways and different in so many ways.
Yeah, I would love that. Randy is one of the few guys left from, I guess, the previous generation. Like when I was younger and I first got here, there was so many people to learn from, from that generation and from, I guess, back in the day. His dad was a wrestler, his grandfather was a wrestler, it's in his blood, and he just took to it like a duck to water, and he's one of the last guys left to truly learn from, but he's as good now as he was, if not better, 10 years ago, and that's someone I want to get in with, like you say, not just to have great storylines, but also to learn before he goes and retires and heads on into the night. I know you never stop learning in this business, and a match with Randy Orton, a program with Randy Orton, would help me, hopefully help him, and teach me a whole lot to pass on to the future generation.
Before we go, your signature move, what is it called again?
Claymore.
How did you come up with that? Because if I understand correctly, the story is it was almost a mistake that happened that you were able to create that.
Yes, when I was in 3MB with Heath Slater and Jinder Mahal, we're in a match with Ryback, and I went to give him a running big boot, the move where you run and you kick the guy in the face. And I'd been given these tight leather pants to wear as part of the character. So as I ran to kick him in the face, the pants were entirely too tight, I was worried the crotch was going to split, so I had to kick my other foot up, and it inadvertently landed in my own head and knocked myself out. But then when I saw it back, and I heard that move looked really good, I thought, okay, that did look really good. How can I modify it where I don't knock myself out? That's what the Claymore was part of.
I love it, man. Well, look, I'm hoping I'm going to see the Claymore at SummerSlam at Scotiabank Arena. But more importantly, man, I just want to see you out there because, like I said, you're a definite pro. You're great in the ring. Fans love seeing what you're doing, and like I said, you bring chaos and excitement wherever you go.
Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. It just occurred to me, Scotiabank Arena. That means Scotland, you know. So I really need to be on the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, buddy.